Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across the galaxy. We're coming at you live from the biggest and deadliest Stardust Joy here on Arnold Holonet News, the only news you'll ever need, because you have no other choice. And we got some more breaking news coming in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Holy cow! We just got confirmation in this road ahead that we're going to break down today that the Inquisitors are indeed building up to what we speculate to be the Grand Inquisitor is coming in as a legendary event that requires 5 Inquisitorious members. We don't know what the star count's going to be, but when I see legendary Grand Inquisitor, it seems like this might be a 5-star unlock. And man, I've been begging and hoping that we come back to a day of normalcy like the good old days where you could just have a 5-star team to unlock some great legendaries. And Padme Amidala was the last time we had a 5-star legendary unlock, and that was 2019. Way too long ago. So I'm hoping that's going to be the case. And they said there's going to be 5 Inquisitorious members needed to build up to the Grand Inquisitor for the Empire and the 7th Sister. We're going to be doing testing tomorrow on this character, but they said there's going to be 5, so that means there's 2 more. My money's on the 5th brother. The 4th one, I actually don't know off the top of my head what might be number 5. I think inside the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer there was an Inquisitor I never saw before alongside the 5th brother, but I couldn't tell if that was the 7th sister. So nonetheless, 5 Inquisitors building up to the Grand Inquisitor, and quality of life updates coming that are long overdue. Now, we put a card in the top right-hand corner. I was actually going to put up a Mace Windu rework summary today. We did a whole live stream. Fantastic rework. Man, today's a great update for Galaxy Heroes. Back-to-back non-stop wins. I was doing a lot of off-meta stuff against Jedi Master Kenobi with this guy. We're going to try to get a video up tomorrow before the 7th Sister. But so far, today's... it's great to be in the Empire, but I got to say, today's actually a solid day to be in Galaxy of Heroes. Come on over. Let me show you what we got cooking here. We're going to start off at the bottom. The biggest thing that we have here, oddly enough, no Galactic Legend. I'll say where I'm wrong. I thought this road ahead was going to have a Galactic Legend. Doesn't seem to be that we're going to have a Galactic Legend at this point, but they have a ton of exciting plans this year and have more this year via the next road ahead in June. And I would suspect, I'd be surprised if there's no Galactic Legend announced with them, but I am more of a fan of a 5-star potential, not confirmed, Inquisitor. Let's take a look at this. This is what's most exciting to me because, you know, I'm a little biased towards Imperials, but, you know, Arnold Holonet News is the most non-biased source of news out there. Upcoming unit, the legendary Grand Inquisitor, celebrating the Kenobi TV show. We saw the live-action version here. I wonder if they're going to go for animated look or they're going to go for egghead look. I guess time will tell. The Inquisition has begun. We introduced a number of new Inquisitor units over the past few months, and today we are announcing where that path to the dark side leads. The legendary Grand Inquisitor. While each marquee Inquisitor targets a specific Jedi to take down, the Master of the Inquisitorious has the power to challenge Galactic Legend Jedi in territory wars. Galactic Legend Jedi. Freaking Jedi Master Kenobi is what I'm guessing. No one cares about Jedi Master Luke in territories. Jedi Master Kenobi would be quite interesting if this is a way to beat it. I'm guessing that means Territory War Omicron, based on what we're seeing here. The Inquisitorious faction is focused on the new Purge mechanic, which is slowly getting better. Obviously, it's got a bigger purpose here, and the Grand Inquisitor helps bring this faction to the next level by utilizing the Purge to devastating effect. And outside of territories, this squad will still be a force to be reckoned with, particularly when facing a Jedi opponents. The Grand Inquisitor will be earned from a new legend event that will require 5 other Inquisitorious members. We still have a few more marquee Inquisitors coming to Galaxy Heroes as we get closer to the release of the legendary Grand Inquisitor, so stay tuned to the forums. Arnold Holonet News, the #1 source and most trusted, reliable service when it comes to this empire. For more information on what will be the next Inquisitor. So we need 2 more. And I wonder where they're going to be. 5th brother, I'm calling it. I'm not sure about that 5th one, though. But, it's a funny 5th brother, but the 5th one, I don't know what it is. All right, anyways, enough puns. Inquisitorious faction, as we already know, it's focused on the new Purge mechanic. Squad will still be a force to reckon with when facing Jedi. The Grand Inquisitor will be earned from a new legendary event. I'm really hoping it's a 5-star. Like, man, that would be a slam dunk if this is a 5-star. Like, again, Padme Amidala was the last 5-star legendary. Ever since then, I mean, I guess in some way, I guess Malik was a 5-star unlock, but you required 7-star characters to get it. But what I mean is 5-star characters to get a 5-star unlock. We just haven't had that since Padme. That was some of my favorite stuff. Update on Mace Windu. The party isn't over. We did a great stream today. Very impressed. I don't know if it's to the level of Darth Vader and General Grievous, but it slots in so well with Jedi as well as other Galactic Republic members. Check out the stream if you want. If you're too impatient to see the results, but we'll have a video on that. So hopefully tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. It's busy right now in Galaxies. It's kind of nice. I like that there's stuff going on for us to talk about. All right, let's move on to the top. Some big quality of life updates that we've been drastically needing for Grand Arena. Sign up quality of life stuff. And I got to read this again, but I can apparently edit my defense. Holy cow. Very surprised to see that. Grand Arena has been around since 2018, I believe, is when it came out. 2017 earliest. I think it's 2018. The game mode's going on 4 years at least. And the game mode hasn't really had a lot of quality of life, hasn't had a lot of evolution to it. But it's nice thing they're finally, it's the heart of the Galaxy series in my opinion. And the crystals would also dictate that as well. Anyways, man, I'm excited about this here. Hi, heroes, welcome to the March 2022 Road Ahead for Galaxy of Heroes. We have a packed schedule for today, starting with the details on the next title update, which contains a number of quality of life changes for Grand Arena Championships. We've got the details on the Razor Crest final farm location. Good news is if they feel like it's a little too elusive, they talk about that in this road ahead here, and a very special rework, Mace Windu, and a new legendary character and more. So let's go check this out. First things first, we have a huge title update for Grand Arena Champions at the end of this month. We looked at some of the most common complaints players had about the Grand Arena's experience and hope to address many of them in this title update here. The first major change focuses on deploying defenses with the new edit defense tool on the Grand Arena Championship screen. I don't know about you guys. There's a lot of times where there's a Grand Arena, it's like, oh man, I wish I didn't put BB-8 down. It's nice being able to go back and revert it. It's so weird that, you know, once you put a defense down, you can't touch anymore. It's nice that they're addressing that. Players will be able to set their defense at any time before the setup phase finishes. You can even set them before Grand Arena begins. The squads you set in the defense tool are stored between events as well, so you don't have to, so you only have to set your defenses once and then update them as you get new units and upgrade your characters. This tool will also update the number of zones you can set as you will between different divisions. So this is nice for people that you don't change much. For me, unfortunately, because all my Grand Arena strategies are kind of up there. My kimono's wide open for the Galaxy to see. I have to move my defense around a lot to keep my opponents on their toes and not be able to guess what I'm doing. But if you're someone that doesn't have, I don't know, billions of eyeballs watching, this is gonna be fantastic. Edit it, you don't have to think about it. They're making it a lot easier to enroll in Grand Arena and not have to worry too much about the actual sign up and deployment phase when it comes to the defense. Moving on here, as part of this new feature, one seemingly small but quite exciting change pertaining to the GAC sign up and roster lock is after these changes, players will be able to sign up at any time during the sign up phase, but players can relock their roster at any time during the sign up phase to update your GAC squads with the latest upgrades and mods. No more waiting until the last minute to sign up with and lock your roster. So I'm always like this. I literally wait till 20 minutes before Grand Arena. I go up and down, check, oh my gosh, I put mods and everyone. I double check the speeds on the core characters that you need to have up and running at the right amount of speeds. And I make sure I upgrade some things last second. This is nice. It sounds like it's kind of like how Territory Wars is, which is the logical thing where you can kind of lock in your roster and then, you know, you can always leave and lock in again with some new change that you may have made. It's weird that took this long for it to happen, but you know what? Slow and steady, you know, I'll let it win the race for today. Moving on, there are a few other important changes with this title update that aren't directly related to Grand Arena Championships, but will be helpful in a variety of modes. Just like the recent update to show the enemy squads on the squad setup screen. Thank you. Fleet battles will now show up a preview of the fleet you are facing, and just like the enemy preview, this will be visible in all PvP modes with a fleet setup screen. There is one more quality of life to mention, and unfortunately, it is not fleet loadouts. I don't know if this should... okay, this is the one thing where it's like, I don't think you should label this as quality of life. This is something that just should have existed when you released Omicrons. It kind of felt like you just rushed the Omicrons and didn't have time to get to the graphical assets. But they're finally applying an Omicron icon. I don't think this deserves a pat in the back. It's like, all right, we kind of needed it. But nonetheless, we're finally getting, it was very hard to tell who had an Omicron unless you actually go in and double check the character. Over to the right, you'll see the Omicrons. Over to the left, you'll see the Zetas. It's getting a nice little crowded on the portrait icon that we have here. And you also see it on the squad setup screen where you get the little icon. Man. Chief Chirpa with Luke Skywalker, Leia, man, that is some big brain theory crafting right there. Nonetheless, I'm sad we're not getting a fleet loadout, but I am happy about the Grand Arena sign up stuff because I feel like that was a little bit annoying. Now you can just like sign up right away and you can come back and kind of fix your roster before you sign it. So that's a good change. Editing defense, way too needed at this point, overly due. Great seeing that in the game, and this was just should have been there to begin with, so I'm not going to commend that, but it's good to see that we got it finally. Now, Razor Crest Blueprints. I'm a fan of the fact that you don't have to worry about diverting more limited normal energy or fleet energy to farming things. The only downside is fleet shipments. It's kind of a, it's a double-edged sword. You might get tons of drops of the Razor Crest the one day, or you might not see it at all. So it's kind of, which one do you like? But the good news is, the question came up, where will the Razor Crest land now that it's been out for a year? Razor Crest Blueprints are leaving Conquest merchants to make their way for upcoming units. But while the ship will no longer be available in the Conquest store for crystals, you can pick up the Razor Crest Blueprints in the shipments for crystals or the Fleet Arena tokens in the Fleet Arena store. Razor Crest Blueprints will continue to be available for Conquest currency in the Conquest shipments. So that's nice. So where you kind of can get gear in the off season, it's going to start fledging out to be its own individual store, as we're seeing here. Then Conquest character shards will not be accelerated when these units move to their final farm location. So I guess that means we're not going to see double. I don't know why they still won't do double fleet drops. But if it's a character, which the next one that's going to be in there is going to be Ahsoka, it's not going to be 10 shards, unfortunately. So they're going to kind of be on a steady pace, kind of like how Malik and General Anakin Skywalker. No doubling. While we are maintaining many ways to unlock the Razor Crest, we are exploring a few other options in the future as more Conquest characters come up with their 1-year anniversary release. I will say this, I'm a big fan of when they do the occasional additive drops. So, hey guys, this week we're going to do bonus drops of Razor Crest as long as you do some, I don't know, Cantina battles, fleet battles. I like that. I like when it's additive. I don't like when it's a galactic chase and that's the only way to unlock something. So I hope they kind of lean into that as an extra thing. Jawa scavenger update. This is the end of Ugnaught being OP. If you guys remember, I've milked Ugnaught so hard. Don't you dare take that the wrong way, you dirty minded person out there. People always ask me, why is Ugnaught bookmarked on your roster? Well, it's because I needed an easily accessible character that had a lot of the chromium transistors or gear pieces that I need to put together. Well, again, highly overdue. Kind of sounds like it's a gear inventory now with the Jawa scavenger. Shifting gears, very fun. That was a little too good. The Salvager will be experiencing some big changes after the next title update. If you head over to the friendly but accident-prone Jawa in the corner of the cantina, you'll find he's now offering to craft gear for you. No more holding on to that one character at Gear 7. Again, kind of looking at you, Ugnaught, over here, or even Farm Boy Luke. Sometimes I book my Farm Boy Luke as well. To craft specific gear and a breakdown for relics, it's also handy to look at recipes and prepare your next character unlock. Again, highly needed. And it's really funny. This is actually going to be mostly beneficial for like the mega Krakens. Like we have an opponent possibly this week of a third biggest roster. Every character relic 7, they're kind of screwed because they don't have a character to craft the gear. Whereas of me, I have plenty of characters that I can craft gear from. So this is going to be very helpful if you're a mega spender. You have no more characters under Gear 13, which is going to be kind of rare for most people, I think, out there. This is going to be a good way of you to not be inefficient with your relic farming. Mace Windu update. We're not going to talk too much about this. I'm a fan. It's not as, I think how we're going to word it in the review, it's not revolutionary, but it's evolutionary in terms of what it's bringing to the Galactic Republic and Jedi. Darth Vader completely revolutionized his team, the Empire team. It was a whole different thing. Well, granted that Darth Vader doesn't exist anymore. It was only a 1-year special. But nonetheless, Mace Windu is going to be evolutionizing some lineups. I love his taunting capabilities. I like the turn meter swap capabilities he's got on him. Very durable character as well, and we're only scratching the surface, but so far I was able to beat every Galactic Legend with him. But of course, he's kind of leading into the already good Galactic Republic teams that we have here, but he's going to be a great character, and I think he's got flexibility to work even outside the Galactic Republic and Jedi. So more on that later on. I'm going to have a more in-depth character review. Big deal stuff, CG. That was long overdue. Man, that character was garbage. And fun fact, I've said this several times, he's had a rework in the past, but no one remembers because it was so trash. And so it's good to see he now has a proper rework and is going to be a utilizable character for a good chunk of time in Galaxy Heroes. Otherwise, that is going to wrap up your road ahead for 2022. I'm man, 5-star unlock, 5-star unlock, 5-star unlock. Please, 5-star unlock this. When I see a legendary, which is a word we haven't seen, we've seen Journey events, Journey continues, seen all these other fun things, Epic Showdown, whatever the heck it's called. I'm a big fan of 5-star unlocks, if you guys haven't noticed by now. 5-star unlocks and reworks are some of my favorite things in Galaxy of Heroes. So guys, stay tuned. If you want to see more of Mace Windu or the 7th Sister tomorrow, we're going to be doing a lot of testing on her to see what we're building up to. But obviously, we now know the full picture of what's to come. Leave that like, comment down below, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Dang, 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 and say it with me. It's great to be in the Empire today.